everyone, good morning. It is Wednesday. We're halfway through the week and we finally have a break from 5 days of wet weather. Those totals came in with 4, 5, 6 inches of rain in some spots. Along the coastline, we were mostly between 2 and 4 inches, but this was an impressive storm that came our way. Still working through some of the flooding concerns with our local rivers and streams, but we are finally seeing in the forecast a pretty prolonged break from the wet weather. It starts today, but we've got some showers on the way tomorrow. We'll walk you through that. Want to start off with what the morning looked like as we take a look outside. Partial cloud cover, but really it's been more of those high cirrus clouds, maybe some filtered sunlight over the course of the day. By tomorrow, we have the chance that some of those showers will develop and increase our cloud cover. That's going to be toward the afternoon and evening time frame. But today, our Wednesday, is dry out there. And because of the clear skies, well, temperatures were pretty chilly overnight. We were mainly in the 30s and 40s. So it was a cold start to the morning out there, and we'll have more cold mornings to come. So the warmer jacket that you have will be most helpful in the early morning and even afternoon hours as we're trending 5 to 10 degrees cooler than average on our overnight lows and 5 to 10 degrees cooler than average on our afternoon highs as well. In San Diego, we saw all of our watches, warnings, and advisories expire, but up to the north of us, we've seen a couple more in effect. So we started off the morning with the freeze warning and frost advisory that both expired at 9 a.m. So those are now cleared. However, we could see them issued again with the cold temperatures that come in the mornings ahead. So there's the chance that we'll see those again. What we still have remaining is a coastal flood advisory that lasts through 10 p.m. for the area in green along your coastline from Santa Barbara all the way down through LA, thanks to high tide being 6-7 feet above sea level. So when we look at your watches, warnings, and advisories, again in San Diego, we saw our high surf advisory expire. We saw a winter weather advisory expire over the mountaintops, and we saw a wind advisory expire for your deserts. And now we have no weather alerts through our Wednesday. So that's pretty good for us. Want to point out the rain that is on the way. It's going to be very light and very scattered. So when we go through the rest of your Wednesday, we're dry. By tomorrow morning, we'll have partial cloud cover out there. And then by the time the evening approaches, we'll start to see a couple of those showers pop up here on the screen. Notice how light they are in nature. They'll continue through the afternoon and late night hours, even 8, 9, 10 p.m., especially over the mountaintops and toward the deserts. And then by the time we wake up on Friday morning, it's like it never happened. We're back to those dry skies and clearing conditions as a ridge of high pressure starts to build overhead. That ridge is going to prove to be really helpful for us in California because it will finally give us a break from the wet weather that looks to last all the way through the weekend and all the way through next week as well. We'll look at the 8-day forecast, but you can see how your afternoon high temperatures are affected. We're mostly in the 50s and 60s. We're warmer than yesterday by a hair, but still cooler than average. So 59 degrees is what we're going for in Carlsbad, 60 in Oceanside this afternoon, 57 in Ramona, 48 in Julian. Remember yesterday, Julian, Palomar, Mount Laguna all capped out in the upper 30s. So now we are finally seeing a little bit of warmth there. Still some snow over the mountaintops though, with the 4 inches that Mount Laguna saw over the course of the day yesterday and into the early morning hours especially. 60 this afternoon for downtown San Diego. We have a lot of 60s in sight on the 8-day forecast, especially from Saturday through next week, where temperatures finally start to gain their regularity back. So tomorrow, we cool down with those showers that come through. We stay in the 50s for Friday, but we have that sunshine on the way. And then we'll finally be in the 60s for the weekend and all through next week with a lot more of the sunshine symbols. Honestly, more sunshine into the next 8 days than what we've seen for about the last month or so with those showers that have come through at a decent chance nearly every day. Mountains will pick up on some of that wet weather, but otherwise stay in the 40s for your afternoon highs. Looks like by Saturday they could make it to 50 degrees, but otherwise cap out in the upper 40s. Deserts are looking at temperatures in the 60s, and hey, they've got 8 days straight of dry weather, it looks like. So we finally have the opportunity for the ground to dry out a bit, for the atmosphere to kind of regulate itself once again. We'll keep you up to date on any changes that we see, but you can also read the text version of this forecast. It's on our website, cbs8.com/weather. We appreciate you being with us here for an extended CBS 8 Plus forecast.